Um, so the U.S.-China trade negotiation in Madrid, it's a little bit strange to me that they were talking like 2 days, but the only thing they achieved is TikTok. Does it mean all the other things there's no progress? The,
Oh, well, one presumes so. How can there be progress?
okay.
And I mean the U.S. government. I mean, I think that they're very thankful that they got the whole TikTok debacle off their hands. Um, um, I read a most extraordinary article. I think it was in the Daily Telegraph,
Mhm.
which basically said straightforwardly that the whole TikTok operation was about killing a competitor.
No.
The American social tech companies, monoliths, um, uncompetitive monopolies that they become, simply gang together to kill a competitor.
Mhm.
So there it is.
Well,
And now they're ruining it. I mean, it will,
yeah,
yeah,
they're going to ruin it. Yes.
yeah,
Well, there's some different versions about how the deal, we will have to wait to see until
yeah,
the final deal.
yeah,
But the Chinese side reported that the deal is not what they claim the whole TikTok US will be sold to a bunch of investors. But TikTok right now actually has already two separate companies. One is
yeah,
particularly just focusing on the data side, which is now managed by Oracle. So that is the one, the US data service or data security TikTok
yes,
would be sold to 80% sold to a bunch of investors, a whole bunch
yes,
of Zionists.
yes.
You see that Israel is in the mix as well.
All
Israel,
the time,
yeah,
always.
they,
Yeah,
Zionists want to control that. They don't like TikTok being lots of information. People see a
yeah,
lot of the carnage
yeah,
happening in Gaza, right? That's. But then there's still operational part of it will remain in China, and then also the algorithm, the important part. China still owns that, and
yeah,
then the TikTok operational part will be leasing the algorithm
yeah.
um, for their company, but you don't hear that in the
No,
Western media. They would tell you,
no.
oh, it's going to be sold and they're going to control the algorithm. They're not going to control the
I,
algorithm.
I'm very interested to hear all of that, and I was hoping that you would explain this
Yeah,
sale to me because I was absolutely sure that it was
yeah,
not going to be as straightforward as people say.
yeah. Now they have to make it sound like it's a win for US,
Mm,
right?
mm,
Because Trump needs that. Trump needs to make it sounds like it's all, but my understanding is the data part, and even that is 80%. So ByteDance will continue to own slightly less than 20% because that's the law requires. And also ByteDance also said that ByteDance has to be the largest single stakeholder
Okay,
shareholder. So the
okay,
other 80% has to be divided by many individuals
right.
and companies.
Oh, interesting, interesting,
Yeah. So,
interesting.
so based on that, I can understand, right, that it's from ByteDance, viewpoint,
Mm,
they're going to get paid for 80% of that immediately, and
mm,
then otherwise, it's pretty much more or less the same because they are paying oracles anyway, right now.
that's right.
So I guess they will continue to pay Oracle.
Yes,
Oracle now will control the data,
yeah,
and and one more thing is for sure those 80%, whatever that data company, they're going to bring it to public within the
yes.
next one or
Oh, of
two
course so.
years. Yeah,
Well, of course so.
they would do that to make money, those
Of course
investors.
so.
See,
Exactly, exactly.
yeah, ByteDance itself is still a private company. They're not that interested in going public, but I think
No,
those investors would be.
I'm
So
sure
in
that.
the end, it sounds to me like that Trump's friend, these are all Larry Ellison, Jeff Yates, these
Yeah.
are all Trump's friends
Yes.
and they're going to make money out of this.
That's
That's
which is the other part of this whole
yeah,
enterprise. I mean, kill competition and
yeah,
make money for your friends.
yeah. Has absolutely nothing to do with national
No,
security. If anything,
no,
I would say that it's probably not as secure because China wouldn't mind, all your US data. Why would China interest in that? But these
no.
people, these bunch of Zionists, they might bombard you with all the pro-Zionist, propaganda, and who knows what they would do with the data they have. which is a
Well, that
lot, you know.
will
You don't
absolutely
know.
absolutely. Data also about young people who are now getting
Yeah,
older.
exactly.
So
So
absolutely, no, no, I completely agree with you about that.
yeah.
I mean, very, you're completely right in what you've just said. By the way, that article that I read actually said that the intelligence agencies had given advice that TikTok was not a national security threat. So there you go.
And last question, the US Trump also want to take a Bagram air base in Afghanistan. Why why does he want to do that? It's not
Well,
enough wasted
no.
money in Afghanistan.
Well, of course not. Absolutely. I mean, the Taliban, of course, were never going to agree, and they've rejected it outright. I mean, the idea is absurd, but I mean, he comes up with these absurd proposals. I mean, the Afghans fought for 20 years to get the Americans out,
Yeah.
and he thinks he can get an invitation to come back in. I mean, it's crazy as to why he wants it. Well, he says that the Chinese are there.
Uh-huh.
As I said, I mean, the point about the Americans is that whenever they come up with these crazy things, it's always about China.
Uh-huh.
I remember him saying this. This is some years back, actually, after the Americans pulled out, that the Chinese are already at Bagram Air
Mhm.
Base.
Okay, so basically Trump just come up with ideas and
Yeah,
then okay, yeah, just pretty much like everything he does. Like
yeah,
in trade, for example, he signed this big deal, so-called a big deal with Britain, right? And it sounded
yeah,
like a huge numbers investment, this and that. He likes to do that, isn't it? He would throw
yeah,
out the big numbers. Oh, I just
mm,
got this deal and that deal,
yeah.
and then there's no follow-up,
No,
right?
no,
So
no. No,
okay.
there's no follow. No, there's not intended to be. As I said, it just gets you through a state visit.
Mhm.
And yeah, it looks big, it looks
Uh,
impressive, but then you move on to the next headline.
yeah.
I mean, that's basically what it's about now.
And
That
then
that's that is what government in the West has become.
mhm. Yeah. And then I guess Afghanistan in general just have a lot of natural resource, and maybe Trump just wake up one day and thinking, yeah, why don't we just try to get back? Even this the background of airspace. He said the U.S. built it. It's not U.S. who built it,
No,
right? I
no.
thought it was Soviet
It was the Soviets who built
build
it.
it. Okay,
It absolutely was. It was the Soviets who
okay,
built it when they were in Afghanistan in the 80s.
yeah. Afghanistan is an interesting place. Now Britain was there too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It didn't go very well there either.
No, it
So
didn't go very well. No, not at all.
yeah.
Now, of course, it's a good the new government is which has actually done a lot better than anybody expected that it would.
Mhm.
Has good relations with China and Russia.
Yeah, yeah,
Interestingly,
yeah. Okay. Let's talk again next week. And
absolutely.
thank you so much. Like always, today is
My
just a lot to
pleasure.
cover, so it's long. Thank you.
Indeed, indeed. Have a great week,
You
Sophie.
too.
Speak soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.